and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to come. Happy holidays, Happy Hanukkah. A little bit late for Hanukkah now. And whatever season you're in, wherever you live in the world, whatever you've been celebrating, I'm hoping that you're doing well and fabulous, enjoying the holiday season. And thank you for being here. I'm so glad to be with you guys. People are still logging in. So I'm really looking forward to this time that we spend together. And I have nothing scripted except to connect with community, because I so love and enjoy connecting with community. But I do want to just be here and be available to support and assist you guys. So I thought we would do some nice healing, potential healing, and take questions. Yes. And check in and make heart-centered connection together. And then maybe do some downloads. And yeah, so what I'm going to do just to get started, though, I'm going to do mostly based on your questions. And I just want to do a couple of little things first, which is that we just get into some sacred space and connect through the heart center before we begin, do a little opening prayer. And then the other thing I do want to do before we get underway is just to let you know about some updates about some offers that I can share with you during the holidays, and that you know where I'm at with regard to things bugging me, with regard to some of the services and ways that you can connect with me. And then we'll just focus entirely on your questions, and we'll do downloads, clearings, healings, whatever we can do in the time that we have together. So yeah, once again, thanks for being here. And if there's anyone there who doesn't know me, I think you all do, but sometimes with the gifted calls, we get people who don't know me. For those of you who might not, my name is Lori Ann Spagna, and I've been working with people and animals for more than 20 years now, just helping through the awakening, ascension, healing, transformational journey to assist us to live in our mastery, to assist us to level up to what's commonly known as the fifth dimensional consciousness or fifth dimensional vibrational, the higher dimensional frequencies of consciousness, of love, of light, where we embody the pure frequencies associated with what I call and refer to God's plan for lighted creation, which is really just all about us coming into alignment with our divinity, right? So that we can all really live better lives on planet Earth, and so that we can be free and liberated from whatever we identify as pain, suffering, or limitations, or lack of any kind for ourselves, for our animals, and for the whole of humanity, for all of Mother Earth. And we all know now that by raising our vibration and expanding our consciousness, up-leveling our consciousness to align more fully with our source, however we identify that source, whether we identify it as infinite love, whether we call it Mother, Father, God, Holy Spirit, divine, the divinity, the light, the quantum field, whether we name it Jesus or Buddha or Krishna or Allah or whatever, that source is infinitely available to us and exists within us. And the experience around us is simply projection of it as well, coming from us, in us, through us, around us. It's all one, right? We're all ultimately part of one divine source. And we just all have a very unique relationship with that source. And as we learn to interact as part of it and work with it, aligned with it, that's how we heal and resolve all these issues associated with pain and suffering on Earth, or lack or limitation. So, and that's what my life has been devoted to, certainly for the past more than 20 years. And I just love that. And I love doing this work. And I just find so much joy out of connecting with tribes, supporting and assisting. And that's why I wanted to do this since the holidays. So, okay, so that's me. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to say a couple of administrative type of things first, and then we're going to do an opening, a really good opening. Actually, let's start with the opening. Let's start there, and then we'll go into, I'm going to give you some information, and then we'll do questions, okay, and support and downloads and clearings and healing. So if you're willing to, with me, take some slow, deep, relaxing breaths and connect with the breath through your awareness without your eyes open, ideally, because kind of just lets the outside world sort of fade out. when you take those breaths, identify the breaths as the frequency. Now, you can label it as love, which is very common, or divine love. You can also label it as peace, divine peace, harmony, divine harmony. Or one of my favorite frequencies that I've been working with is Shakti, which is life force, the life force of Source, Creator God. And just breathe that in. As you begin to breathe it in, allow yourself to do any kind of clearing, relaxing, to just release that old, heaviness that you might have been carrying from the day or from the week or just in your field. And as you're connecting with the breath, begin to become very aware of you breathing these frequencies in through your body, and use your mind's attention to feel below your buttocks and relax as if you're opening root chakra, activating root chakra. Use your mind's awareness with your breath to feel just below the feet, wherever they are, and just relax that, opening the base chakra. And then with the next breath, use your mind's awareness, drop all the way down, like just giving everything you have, everything you've ever been, all that breath of love, peace, harmony, Shakti, all the way down to Gaia Sophia, recognizing crystalline grid, which is the new earth paradigm grid, right? When we connect in with the crystalline consciousness, also known as the Christ consciousness, not religious here, and just feel all that love you're breathing in and dropping down into the earth, Gaia. With your next breath, this time, fill up the whole of your body. So take time, take moments of breathing the next breath, Shakti, love, divine harmony, divine peace, and fill up and infuse it in and through every cell of your body and being. So you feel it. Take time and awareness to breathe it into anywhere that your body needs help, attention, support, assistance, relaxing. And as you're taking the time to nurture yourself with the breath and put special care and attention to anywhere in physical form, really allow that energy to activate in your body. Divine energies now. Activate and energize your body and anchor in and through your body and being. Just anchor it with your own breath, knowing you're allowing. You're just allowing. And as you really breathe that in, drop down when you're ready into your sacred heart space. This means you allow all your attention to come away from the brain and the head area. And instead, you allow all your attention to drop down as if you're falling into your sacred heart center. And it feels like a little bit different. It's not heavy, it's deep, it's rich. You feel your heart center. You guys are doing great because you're all there. I mean, you're there. That's awesome. Now, the more you can breathe from that heart center, just start breathing from there as if your heart is breathing. You're no longer breathing from the face, you're breathing from the heart. Let your chest expand and feel the depth of your own sacred heart center. And let's just call in divine source, creator, God, one true God of light of creation. Come fully holy and completely present here now with us, surround us, infuse us with your divine consciousness, source, your infinite love, your infinite light, your infinite omnipresent awareness, your infinite omnipresent peace. And let's call forward the archangelic realm to surround us. Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Azrael, Hanael, Shamuel, Zadkiel, Metatron, Jeremiah. And let's call forward Melchizedek and the Melchizedek order, and Sananda and the hosts, to lovingly guide us and support us, lovingly assist us, ensure that everything that is done here is 100% of the light, 100% in service to the light, and 100% in support of our roles, each of our roles in God's plan of light of creation. And let's just immediately just take a breath and allow divine source, its perfect, pure, primordial gold, to surround us, spiritual white gold, to surround us and to keep us aligned with these pure frequencies of love, to ensure that nothing that is not of the light interferes with our sacred space, and that we will only allow our energies now to be connected to beings in the higher dimensional realms who are also 100% of the light, 100% in service to the light, and 100% in support of our roles in God's plan of light of creation, also 100% in support of our divine time to get together today, ensuring that only the most benevolent best is served with zero harm to anyone or anything during our time. And take another breath and just really allow yourself to really let that energy of divine love, divine peace, divine harmony, and God's life force, Shakti, to breathe through you and really activate in you and amplify and energize your body, being, and consciousness as you breathe it, as you allow it. And take a few moments to notice yourself breathing, being here in sacred space. There's so many people all around the world. And while we're here, why don't we just, right before we open our eyes, why don't we just ask that Source Creator God provides now to each and every one of us what energies, frequencies, whatever energies, frequencies, vibrations, and gifts of consciousness are uniquely appropriate for each individual, that are uniquely appropriate according to God's will for us, to provide them to us now for each individual, right? Whatever's uniquely right and good, divinely aligned for you. And just take a long, slow, deep, relaxing breath into the heart center. If you agree, you just accept it, receive it, and allow it. Deep, relaxing breath. Let Source Creator God provide to you that which you need most at this time, or that what's good, right, and appropriate for you. And whatever gifts of consciousness are right for you at this time. And of course, as always, those gifts of consciousness come with and from divine source, creator God's truth, the original source, truth, point of view, perspective, understanding, and definition, and allow you, whoever you are, to come into alignment with those truths, that truth, point of view, and PUD. I call it PUD. So that you have God's truth. You're aligned with God's source creator on this. Breathe, receive, consent, allow if you so choose. Long, slow, deep, relaxing breath. And notice there, nice. Just notice. Now, for those of you who are really in it with me, you feel that space. There's nothing but love and peace here. It's very pure. And this is where you want to be able to bring yourself frequently, regularly. So you're always aligning with your God source self, with your most benevolent best, with the divinity that is you, with your radiant luminosity, the light that you are. You just let yourself linger in this space, and it naturally recalibrates, rebalances your energy field, clears out density, heals and resolves things that are incongruent with your original divinity, your rightful divinity. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We always say thank you. We always end with gratitude because gratitude is the plow, right? For receivership and for all good things. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We let it be, and so it is. Awesome. 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 All right. So it's so good to be with you all. Thank you again for being here. Anastasia, Sandy, Shari, Michelle, Becky. I'm so happy you guys are here. Dusty, David. Hi, David. Heather. Okay. So, wow, so many of you got on there during that time. So great to see you all. All right. So I want to say a couple things, and then we're going to go just straight to your questions. Okay. A couple of things. So this week, as you know, it's the holidays, and I have a holiday sale, which you may have seen that. And I just want to mention it because everything that's on my website, other than the DNA membership, they're all going away after this year. So if you've been waiting to get any of those things, this is the time. After this, they will not be for sale anymore. It's not that they're not awesome products. It's that I'm just not leaving them on the website or making them available. I'm moving on to something entirely new that I will announce after the new year, which is more aligned with working more directly with people. So that sale of everything on the website, there's a 50% off on some of them. Let me just get that open so I can see what I'm talking about. So some of the products that are normally priced at 1,100, those include, these are all home study classes. The Dark Arts Training and Psychic Self-Defense class. Now that's all about, honestly, it's a healing course. And it's a psychic protection, but it's a healing class. Exiting the Matrix, which does go into a little bit of like conspiracy related stuff, but it's also all about activating the DNA and leveling up to the higher dimensional frequencies, right? That one, the intuitive development class, aligning with your higher self and your I am presence, those three, and then the animal communication and telepathy course, those are 50% off. And the coupon code is holiday 50. The H is uppercase, but the rest just holiday 50. Obviously, animal communication telepathy for the animal lovers who want to communicate telepathically with animals. You can learn about them on the website at lorispagna.com under the home study class section. And then for access and heal with the Akashic records, future crafting, reality crafting, that's about, manifesting. And it is also healing and forgiveness. And then there's self-love and self-forgiveness course, and then reclaiming your power. Each one of those, and also from the School of Animal Communication, there's vibrational energy healing for people and animals. Each one of those is regularly priced at $5.97. So there's a 33% coupon savings. Holiday 33 is the coupon at checkout. Now you can get as many as you want, as often as you want, but you can only use the coupon once per purchase. So you would have to, just load it in the cart, use the coupon, and then if you want to get something else, you come back a second time. It's just that's why how the couponing works. But all of those courses, they're going away after this year. So they're fabulous courses. I just, it's too much for me to market. It's just too much. And I've done so much over the years, and there's just great content, but some of them don't have a lot of video content, because when I did them, they were a lot of them before videos, but the content is awesome. So if you're interested in that, I just wanted to let you know about those coupon codes. The other thing is the final retreat that I am doing. It is the final retreat. It is coming up January 25th through Sunday, January 29th in Treasure Coast, Florida. The housing on that is sold out. We're full on the housing. However, there's still space if you want to come. You just can't stay in the house with us. And then you just come and, get your own housing. So that's under the live events tab. Yeah. Sacred Retreat Lightworker Bootcamp. If you are an alumni of another retreat, because Traditionally, I get about 50% of the people that come on my retreats are alumni who come back more than once. So if you're an alumni from another retreat, I'm offering this to you. Even if you're registered on the current retreat, you are welcome to bring a friend for $199. That means if you invite a friend, they can come. They can't stay in the house. Can't do any of their housing, but they can come for $199, and then you get to split the rate if you would like, as a gift to alumni. It's the same this year, by the way. 50% of the people joining us are alums from other retreats, which tells you how awesome the retreats are. Like, if people keep coming back, they must really love it, right? So I'm going to write a note to the alums, hopefully tomorrow, to let them know, because people like to come back, and I like to always make offers for my loyal people. And then one last thing before we get going with today's call officially is that there's still a little bit of time left to get the 2023 predictions and global energy forecast report. I still have that recording. So if you want to get the replay of that, I put the price down to $111. It's a 5-hour call on the upcoming 2023 predictions and navigating the energies and how to utilize them to always be riding the higher dimensional wave, so to speak. So that's at the website under the live events. Lots to choose from. All of that will not be. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I see what you put in there. You are such an angel. Thank you, Sarah, for putting that. She put that in the webinar chat, all the links. And yeah, the coupon codes is holiday. If you put that, I can put that in holiday 50 for the 50% off ones, or holiday 33 for the 33% off ones. So yeah, thanks. All right, good. So with that, and if you have any questions about any of that, certainly put it in. So there's a Q&A, and I see 3 questions. So I am going to go to your Q&As. And one of the things I do want to download for sure, I was guided and told is we want to download, and I'm going to say I'll say just a couple of things, because you guys know me. Those of you who know me, I can start and go off and spend 4 hours talking, about something, because I'm so, passionate about all these topics and, into it. So I didn't want to create too much content. However, I do want to say that one of the things I do want to provide is download an activation for some of my personal favorite energies. Are divine inspiration, divine optimism, divine enthusiasm, and divine glad expectation. I love those energies. I always breathe them in and anchor them in and work with them. And whenever I'm playing with those energies in particular, my days go better. I enjoy life better. I'm happier. I'm more excited. I'm more optimistic. I feel more enthusiastic. And they definitely are, everything's energy. So the energy that we're utilizing and playing with is what we're going to be experiencing. The energy we're surrounding ourselves in is what we're going to be experiencing. The energy we're exposing ourselves to is what we're going to be experiencing. So this is why it's so important, of course, to be very mindful, to be the gatekeepers of our mental and emotional beings. Those aspects of us. Don't allow things into your brain, such as mainstream news, or violence on TV, or commercials promoting physical disease. That is what big pharma commercials are promoting, physical disease. Don't allow yourself to listen to that stuff. Decide that it's just not part of your reality anymore. You understand it exists. You're not in denial of it. You're simply choosing not to play with that energy. I mean, of course, you can do whatever you want, right? I'm just, an advocate for being mindful about what you're going to allow in. Same thing with the energies around you. Put yourself in environments that feel positively uplifting and contribute to that with positive upliftment, so that you can experience more of that in your life. That's really how you anchor yourself in the energies that you want to be around, that you want to experience, and you do it with conscious deliberateness. I'll say something else too here. See, now I'm going off on my tangent. So I have a dear friend whose name I won't mention. I'm looking to see if I see her on the call. But anyway, I won't say her name, but she's attempting to achieve and experience something in her life that is very challenging, and all of her belief systems that it's not possible are coming up for her. And indeed, the physical world, including medical health institutions, tell her that what she's attempting to achieve is impossible for her, or is very highly unlikely. And so she's attempting to create something for herself and her life that, from the looks of the outer world, appear to be, based on conventional information and mainstream medicine, appear to be less than likely or close to impossible. And ours is, what I know about the last year, in fact, the last 2 years, and definitely still the upcoming year will have this as well, is that we are being, to some degree, tested. I don't like that word at all, because Source would never use that word. It's not a test, but that's the word we can use to understand it. Is we are being given the opportunity to strengthen our faith, our hope, faith, and trust. That's a better way, given an opportunity. That's a better way to say it. So we are facing the desire to achieve something, many of us, not all of us, but, or to experience something that goes beyond the limitations of the reality that we've existed in up until now. In other words, which has seemed to be quite impossible in the past, linear time, in the linear past. And that is, the purpose of that is to help us to develop and strengthen our, not only our hope, faith, and trust, because understand, hope, faith, and trust, they're just energies. But more than just energies, sometimes hope, faith, and trust can be perceived to be something in the external world, or some false Santa Claus God, right? A sky God is got to do something for us. So that's not the foundational frequency of true hope, faith, and trust. True hope, faith, and trust is the inner knowing that in our mastery, we can overcome anything because we can create it from within with the power of the divine that is within us. So I hope that makes sense. So I want to tell you a brief story to add to this point. So I was at a holiday party on Christmas Eve, family holiday gathering, and we played the game Left, Right, and Center. I don't know if any of you guys know that game, Left, Right, and Center, but you can play it with $1, $1, $1, or you can do 5, 5, and 5, or 10, 10, and 10. And you spin 3 dice, one for each pile, and the dice will have either a dot, a C for center, an L for left, or an R for right. And whatever the dice tell you, you have to pass the money. And then if you run out of money, and the last one who has money wins the game, and then wins everybody's money that got pushed ultimately into the center. Anyway, you don't have to understand the game to understand where I'm telling you what I'm about to tell you, because that's irrelevant. What I want to say to you is that there were 15 of us playing the game, and I didn't even want to play. I'm like, I'm not a gambler. I never was. And they all get screaming, and I'm like a peace girl, like I can't handle all the screaming and yelling and everyone shouting, dot, 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 left, 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 right, 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 center, and I'm just like, okay. But my brother, he was like, come on, play. And so I was like, all right, I'll play. What the heck? So I decided to play The Queen's Gambit. Now, have you guys seen that movie? Has anyone seen that movie, The Queen's Gambit? Can you give me a yes if you've seen it? And if you haven't, watch it. Oh my God, Sarah, watch The Queen's Gambit. Has anyone seen it? So good. So I think it's on Netflix. It's like an original on Netflix, I think. Okay, so a few of you have seen it. So what happens in The Queen's Gambit, not giving anything away, you learn this like in the first episode. I think there's 8 episodes. It's a young woman who goes to an orphanage for girls, and they kind of like drug them up there a little bit. And it's so miserable that she learns in her kind of altered state how to play her favorite game, chess, in her mind. And she becomes an expert playing chess in her mind while she's in a slightly altered state in an environment that she's not happy about, because she's in this like home for young girls that they don't treat her very well. Anyway, so I'm in the game and I decide to play the Queen's Gambit. What do I mean by that? I decided I was going to win that game. And I was going to play it all in my mind. I was going to do a game of mastery. I was just going to be in the non-physical, because that was the way I could handle all the screaming. Yes, yes, yes. Look, look, look. They're all screaming, all 15 of them. And I could be in the game and I could play with my own mastery. So while they're all screaming, I just was playing the game in my mind. And I was manifesting to win. I was manifesting to win that game. And I felt the money. I felt it in my hands. I felt the excitement. I affirmed, I intend to win this game. I used the power of intention. And when the last roll got, and it was between me and one other person who still had money. And at one point I lost all the money, right? But somebody pushed their money back to me because they got either a left or a right. And on the last roll, when it was in her dice, I stopped and looked at everybody. And I looked at her. I looked at everyone in the eyes. I took a moment and I said, I'm going to win this game. And at that point, I knew that I was affecting their consciousness, but they agreed. I was just playing in the game of mastery because I wasn't talking to their human free will. I was talking to their God self. Every single one of them. They were God in that moment. There was no individuation. It was between me and God, and we were all one. Anyway, needless to say, I won the game. So why am I telling you this story? Because that's what we're shifting into. That was Destine's first question. I was wondering if you could tell me more, or no, it was Heidi's question about the energies in the next few years. This is what I mean. This is what I mean about the hope, faith, and trust. It's a different kind of hope, faith, and trust. It's not in an external God. It's not in some false God that hangs out in the Santa Claus sky and rewards some people and punishes others. No, it's about knowing in that moment I was in hope, faith, and trust. I was hopeful to win. I had faith that I could do it. And I was trusting in my own mastery. And I was knowing the way it works. It's all a game of consciousness. Now, we were in a game there. So I wasn't trying to, you got to know this. You can't ever do anything to alter someone else's free will. You can't ever, say can't, don't ever attempt. But when I looked at them in the eyes, I was telling them directly, I'm going to win this game. So I wasn't stopping them from winning it. They could have nulled me. I just knew that power, I know the power of influence. And I was playing a game and we were all playing. So don't ever do anything to try to influence another without their full and complete conscious agreement, right? That's a no-no. Regardless, the point is, this is what's ahead of us for the year and the next few years, learning how to operate as God beings in a reality where we are playing with God, with Source, with the infinite field, where we are working in a higher dimensional state of consciousness that is free from fear. I wasn't afraid I was going to lose. It was an easy game to play, right? What's the big deal? The worst was I lost $15. The best was I won, right? We all had fun. And then once the game was over, I was going to hand, I knew already they were all going to benefit because I was going to hand back $1 to each person that they were, which was what I wanted to do. It's a whole thing. Like, that's like all the energy of the excitement and everybody benefits. I was putting all that into it. So my point again is, and I got to move on now from this, too long of a story. That's what we're moving into. We're moving into experiencing reality in a new way that is more based on fun and joy and conscious creation, working with the higher frequencies as masters, playing with that energy of hope, faith, and trust from within. So, all right, I hope that's helpful. I wish I had more time to read more of your comments here, but I can in a way if I can do the questions that way. But I hope that's helpful. That's really how I see the energies changing in the coming year, really supporting us in becoming more of who we're meant to be in joyful ways. Now, for those who are still playing in a fear game, this will still continue. The years ahead will continue to be quite challenging for them because it will continue to be pushing up and pushing on it, meaning the new energies of the light will continue to push on the density to sort of chip away, so to speak, at that density. And that makes people look at their own shadow aspects or where they're out of alignment, even if they're not consciously thinking of that, right? So that means people potentially have, kind of energetic breakdowns, such as physical or emotional breakdowns that hopefully become breakthroughs for them so that they can really elevate their consciousness, because that's what's going on, right? Ascension's real. And I mean, I think the best news, I didn't say this in the predictions call, so I'm going to say it now. The best news is that the generations that are being born now, they're the ones really making the changes energetically. When the planet Pluto moves into Aquarius this year, in the upcoming year, this stuff is covered extensively in the 2023 predictions webinar. But when that planet moves in, we're basically looking at a whole new generation, a new generation of thought, of being, of behaving, and it's going to be a major game changer in terms of the trajectory for the collective. So for the collective, meaning the mass, the humans, humanity. So, all right, I hope that's helpful. All right, so Heidi, that was for you, because she asked, can you explain the energies of what's coming in the next few years and what to expect and how to maneuver? I hope I helped you with some insight there, Heidi. I would definitely recommend, if you want to know more specifics, that 2023 predictions webinar. I went into that a lot more. It was a 5-hour webinar. And of course, that's on the website. So Destine's asking, I was wondering if Lori could tell me what's going on. Can you check on my inner child inside, that there's been some energies and stuff going on where it doesn't feel content? Please let me know. Thank you, Lori. Could we close off any interference timelines? Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm just asking, what are we going to do to serve the greatest good here? So what I would like is for everybody who wants to participate, I'm going to work with Destine directly, but at the same time, pick an age right now. Sorry, I shouldn't have said age. Pick a number between 1 and 11. Actually, I'm hearing even 1 and 9. If you would pick a number between 1 and 9, it's not brain surgery, just the first number that comes to you. And whatever number that is, decide that age of yourself, that number, you're going to connect with a child of you at that age. So all of us, there's no one on, I don't care how much inner child work you've done, there's really nobody on the earth, I believe, who doesn't have some child within that wants and has needs. And the most basic need is most basic needs are always, to be loved, to be heard, to be cared for, to be nurtured, to matter, to have worth, to be valid, validated, understood. Like, these are our basic, to know that we feel safe, of course, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally. So if our inner child, if our children, if the child version of us, when we were growing up, didn't get all those needs met, and there is no child practically, who's an adult now, that didn't have, that got all those needs met all the time. So pick that age. And for you, Destine, if you could call forward that age, right, of the number that you picked, as if that version of you, that child age, is sitting next to you. Now, You could pick a teenage if you feel more aligned with teenage, but I was told when I asked 1 to 9. Now just imagine that that version of you, that child version of you, is sitting next to you right now. You'll close your eyes if it's assuming you can do that. And just they're sitting next to you, or in front of you would be better. You just imagine that they're there, and take some breaths and drop into your heart space the way we did earlier when we started the call. Just some deep, relaxing breaths of love. And drop down into your heart space and imagine that this little child version of you is sitting across from you, or a teenager if you chose a teenager version, and ask them what would they like for you to know right now. Call them close, say sweetheart. Call your little child sweetheart, darling, beloved. What would you like to share with me right now? And then just listen, feel, or sense, whatever that is. And just trust that whatever you hear or sense or see is right. And once you get some sense of whatever that is, say thank you so much. Just say, sweetheart, beloved, thank you so much for sharing that with me. Thank you so much for telling me that, whatever it is. And validate her or him or them. Validate your child version of you. Say, of course you would feel that way. Of course that's true. Or yes, I hear you. Or yes, I understand. Just validate. And thank that child version. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And ask that version of yourself if there's, what else is there? Maybe what he or she or they need or want from you at this moment. And if you think you're not getting anything, just relax a little deeper into it. Just trust and allow. Trust and allow yourself. And ask what else they need or want from you. And take some breaths, just feel or sense or notice, whatever that is. And then always validate that child version. I hear you. Thank you for sharing. I hear that you're feeling this, you're saying this. Validate by saying, of course you feel that way, or of course you would think that, whatever. Just let that child version be 100% right and validated by saying, thank you. Thank you for telling me. Of course, that's of course how you would feel or think or what you would believe. And then tell that version of you, darling, sweetheart, beloved, I want you to know I love you so much. Really extend that love and breathe in love, the energy of love as you say it, divine love, Source Creator God's divine love. And then also ask that version of you if she, he, or they would be willing to come home into your heart. If they'd be willing to come home into your heart where you can always be together, where you can always be attending to that version of you, her, his, they, their needs, wants, and where she, he, they will always be loved. Just ask if they're willing to come home to your heart. And if you're getting a yes, I want you, if you're getting a no, I want you to ask, what else is there? What else then? What else is there? You just kind of repeat the process a little bit. Thank you for letting me know, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. Just breathing in love. When you get a yes, this child version of you is ready to come home to your heart. I'm going to give you just another minute for everyone to get to that point. Because the child always wants to come home to our heart. We're going to do a little integration. You just sort of wrap up with it, child, and say we can always reconnect again at any time. But just take your etheric, non-physical arms. And I want you to use your etheric, non-physical arms to reach out and extend them around this child version of you. And wrap your arms around this child version of you and begin to take this child into your heart. And as you do, we're going to have Source Creator God do a cleansing and a blessing, bathe and purify, harmonize and divinitize all of the wounded and fractaled aspects of you, and return to you that original version of you that is rightfully yours. Only that which is rightfully yours is a unique individual, cleansed and blessed, bathed and purified, harmonized and divinitized in the love and the light of divine Source Creator God. So you're bringing this child version slowly back home into your heart. Source does a cleansing, blessing, and bathing. And the original rightful owner is you, only you. And you are a single soul occupant, only inviting home your unique child home into your heart. So slowly call this version of you back into your heart. And as you do, say with your mind, I love you. I promise you, I will do my very best to never forget you, to always remind you that you are loved. Say this with me, that you matter, that you are important, that you have value, that you are worthy and deserving because you exist. Bring that child home into your heart. Source Creator God, do it now. Show me when it's done and complete. For each and every participant, thank you, thank you, thank you. And notice how it feels when you bring this version of you back home. Notice there's something in you that is forever resolved. Yeah. When you're ready, come back present. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. Once your etheric hands reach your chest, thank you to that child version of you or that teenage version. How are you guys doing? Destine, how was that? Was that helpful for you? I can work with you a little more specifically, Destine. You said yes, very much so. Okay, good. Just this practice we can all do. This is something I teach. Oh, good. Some people are saying beautiful. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Genevieve. Awesome. Okay. And Lynn said, I needed that. Mary said, perfect. Awesome. So I teach this in the self-love class. This is inside of the self-love class. We do it a lot more elaborately and it's longer. But one of the things I tell people in that class is to go and create an altar to you in your home. It could even be, in a closet if you don't have a lot of space, a little altar. And on the altar, put some pictures of you at different ages. And every once in a while, take a picture off the altar. And, you can put anything on your altar. You can put some candles, make sure it's safe, obviously. And you can put incense, crystals. You can put any, statue of your favorite, deity, if it's Kuan Yin or Buddha or Jesus or anything, Saint Germain, anything that makes you feel calm and honored. But you put your pictures of you as a child And every once in a while, you just take a picture of one of the pictures and you sit with the version of you. And you just take some time and connect with that version of you that's a child and ask if she or he wants anything or they needs anything. And just really call in source love, source creator God's love, and ask for that love to go to both of you. And if it's any other energy, sometimes we need compassion, sometimes we need understanding, sometimes we need forgiveness, whatever it is, you breathe that energy in. Always use the word divine, so that you're allowing that version of you to get that love or that need met, whatever it is. And then you can, with the physical picture, just bring to your heart and say, we're one, we're together, I love you. This is how we take care of our inner child. This isn't something our parents did for us. They didn't know how. They grew up in Leave It to Beaver. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah, I mean, we all have inner children, inner versions of us at different ages that are, not content, that have some special needs. And you guys, we all have this within us to be able to connect with that version and meet their needs. So I'll just say one other piece on this and then I'll go to another question. Was that what I was going to say was when I used to do this a long time ago, when I started getting into inner child work, some of you may have heard this story. It's in the self-love class. I had this inner child who used to say all the time, I just want to go on the swings. I just want to go on the swings. I love the swing sets. And I love swinging. And she would say that. And so I made this promise to her, just like what we just did. I said, I promise you, whenever you want to go on the swings, I will do my best to always listen to you and give you time on the swings. Like whenever I see swing sets. And now every time I see swing sets, I hear a voice in my head that's like, oh, swings, let's go on the swings. And I just always, whenever I can, will pull over or stop at that park and go on the swings with my own inner child. And it makes me really happy. And we're one in that moment. There's not some fractal soul who's, traumatized because she didn't get enough fun and play in her life. She's recognizing, oh, we have fun, we have play. That's what she needed. So we all have that, right? We can all take time with versions of ourselves. It doesn't always have to be a child version. It can be a young adult, teenager. Okay. So I hope that's helpful. Destine, thank you for bringing that up. And again, I wasn't as much working with you directly, but I see that you said it was helpful. So good. I'm going to move on. All right. I have a question from, this is from Justine again, follow-up question. She says, I'm feeling some yuck feeling as judgment, and this does not feel like sure what I'm feeling. All right. Well, yuck, anything you're feeling is yours to heal. Right. The one thing that light workers often do that I really disagree with is we tend to say that what they're feeling is someone else's. We tend to try to project it on. It's not mine, it's someone else's, or they've picked something up. It's very common in the light worker circle. So what I would say to you is this feeling of yuck as judgment, Destine, that energy right there. It's just something you're in resistance to, right? Either you're in resistance to it or it's getting cleared, right? So for you, accept right now, just breathe in that energy of yuck. Just breathe it in. All your love, Destine, your love. So breathe in that yuck, accept it and say to it, and the judgment, accept it and just say, you know what? I'm the love you're looking for. I'm not going to fight you. All that yuck, you're welcome here. All that judgment, you're welcome. But while you're doing it, breathe in love too. Breathe in divine love. Let's just bring in some divine love to amplify, to energize, to amplify, and to anchor in, through, and around Destine, and transmute all that yuck and all that judgment. Transmute it and send it back home to divine source, where everything originates and everything is returned. Breathe. And as you breathe in all that love, you welcome that yuck home. You welcome that judgment home. You're no longer fighting with it. You're no longer wrestling with it. It's just energy. And you're the one who can transmute it by simply recognizing you're the love that it wants. How are you feeling now, Dustine? Feels like the energy shifted there. Feels like you shifted that. I know I brought in some more higher frequency, right? You just breathe in. Don't resist the things you don't like. Yes, you did like that, she said. Awesome. Yeah, because that's what we're doing here. We're transmuting old energies that we used to be in duality with, right? We used to think, oh, that energy is someone else's. Oh, I've picked up someone else's. Oh, it's something else. And until we recognize that anything that's in our field is ours to heal and resolve, doesn't matter. It's in our field. That means we're the vibrational match to it. So we must become the frequency that is beyond it that can transmute it. Does this make sense? Love is always a frequency. Love, peace, harmony, joy are always frequencies. And Shakti, divine source energy, those are always energies that can transmute. Okay, good. Good, good. I'm glad that was helpful. Destine said, thanks, Lori. Much appreciation. Hugs. Okay, good. So, and Robin's saying, anything picked up from others aligned in me, I feel, believe personal power can transmute it. Very true. And this is where we're reclaiming our power, right? We're reclaiming our abilities to recognize that we are 100% responsible. Look, we're coming out of a 6 year. This is the end of a 6 year. 2022 is 6. And one of the core frequencies of 6 is personal responsibility. So this has been a year where people have been learning to take responsibility for ourselves. And that includes whatever energy is in our field. So if we feel it, it's so easy to say, if you're feeling it, you're healing it. It's not necessarily true, because if you're resisting it while you're feeling it, you're not healing it. You're actually giving it strength. You're giving it your power. When you resist it, judge it, condemn it, blame it on someone else, project it onto someone else, deny that it's yours, then you're giving it your power. But your real power is to not be afraid of it, not resist it, and own it as energy in your field that is not more powerful than you, because you're the love that that energy needs to be transmuted. And that love can be breathed in and through you at any time, because that love is source energy, divine love, or primordial love. So you just begin breathing that, knowing that no energy is more powerful than you while you're breathing that love. Okay, I hope that's helpful. How is that for you guys? David says, as a side note, your dog makes me smile. And she is on my lap there. Thank you, David. Sherry says, loves that. Okay, good. Awesome. All right. So let's see, where are we at? We're an hour in. I was going to do a little manifestation meditation with you guys, but let me see if I can find some new questions. I got some more ones down here. Okay, so I have some more questions I'm going to do. Hold on, let me take a sip of this. So Sarah's saying, I've got my question ready. She said, at the start of January, I'm now going to be returning to my old part-time service job that I was divinely let go from during the major shift, 2020. Additionally, I'll still be continuing to progress forward with the quantum energy work I invested into learning and training throughout the 3 years while I was out of work, plus the conscious music band creation I've been started. That's awesome. Good for you, Sarah. I'd love a bit more of your incredible insight into how these paths of my old and new appear, and they'll come together in alignment and to be the benefit for me of anything else as I'm aware into 23. So you're asking for any insight about these new paths. Is that right? Am I understanding that? You can type in yes. Do I understand your question correctly? Okay, good. Old and new. All right, let's just tune in for you here. Well, first, I'm a little curious how you feel about returning to a job that you were let go of during 2020. I guess that was because of COVID. Is that right? I'm just curious how you feel about that. And I know you're a Leo too. Let me just, your major theme right now has a lot to do with holding your vision. So even what was discussed, this is being channeled for you, even that which was discussed earlier at the onset, at the opening, I'm asking who's speaking. It's your guides. Very, very much wanted to speak with you. You very much wanted to have dialogue today, to have communication today, and they almost like pushed their way right through, which was okay because I allowed. So now I'll go back merging with them, but this is your guides. At the forefront for you, beloved, this year is to know that what is most important for you during this time is to practice, to develop and practice the ability to hold your vision. Now, hold your vision, by these terms, we do not mean to say, hold your vision. We mean to say, to cultivate your vision, knowing that at this time it may seem still to be mostly a vision, but know that you are anchoring it, working steadily toward it. You have known this in spite of your many doubts, your many frustrations. You have experienced much frustration. What we wish to say here is that it is our desire for you to limit without trying, limit the frustrations you have experienced and cultivate more of what you have already been beginning to cultivate, the ability to focus intently on your vision and where you are going with a long-term plan. Accepting the job that you once said farewell to is a fine and appropriate short-term step towards your future vision. And there is no wrongness here, for you are doing what you believe is required of you for your financial well-being. And so for this, we are pleased. You will have more stability financially. This will be quite helpful. But know in your heart that you are moving steadily in the direction of that which you desire most. There will be additional learning required for you. The additional learning will be more of a mundane sort. How to begin to steadily create a business, work for your new trajectory. So in answer more specifically to your question, utilize the foundation of the old to continue to build the new while holding the vision of where you are going. The two are simply temporarily merging to support you in your transitional time toward that which you desire most, which is the fulfillment of your divine plan, the fulfillment of your divine expression, which is more aligned with your own ascension journey, that which you are choosing for yourself in service, that which is more aligned with the energy work that you have been cultivating, developing. And all of this will blossom and bloom in the coming years, for it is your right alignment, and you are utilizing the old foundation as a way to progress. Know that, be in gratitude that it is there, and hold the vision of knowing where you are going simultaneously. Your team does not want to leave me. They're like, we're still here on the side. So, okay. How is that? Is that helpful? Huh? Amazing? Okay, good. I'm just asking if there's anything else without them fully coming in. Yeah, I mean, the thing, part of what they're saying is now you've been building your ability to offer this energy work and the music, and you're just going to have to integrate some very sort of, well, you're going to have to prepare for some new technologies because you're going to do, like, some of it will be online work, but just how to operate and run a kind of, like, entrepreneurial type of business. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's helpful. Right with what I felt in my heart. Awesome. So grateful, she says. Awesome. Perfect sense. Good. Okay. Glad that was helpful. All right. I'm going to go to Chona. She said, thank you so much. I love you. I love you too, Sarah. Thank you so much as well. Makes me so happy to get to do this stuff. Like, this is what I love, right? Like, we get to do what we love. All right. Chona says, my beloved feline companion, Ginger, persists in pooping on the carpeted floor all around our space. I scoop her box every day. Sometimes she uses the box, but mostly not. What can I do for her if she doesn't want to do this behavior anymore, so that she doesn't want to do? She also peed in the living room behind the chair I sit in. What's bothering her? Okay. Chona Joy Ananda. And Ginger is your cat. I'm asking, how may I be of service in the most benevolent, best ways for these two? All right. Well, first, I'm going to give you the most obvious. It's obvious to me because of the work that I do, but it's not obvious to you, right? When cats eliminate inappropriately, it's usually because something in the household with their human is emotionally discharging inappropriately. When I say inappropriately, I mean is out of congruence. So Chona, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm not familiar with you. I've never worked with you before. What you would want to look at within yourself is, where is it within you that you are having emotional, I'm asking for the right word because I know I'm on the right path here. I know that what I'm saying is accurate. Emotional imbalances. In other words, sometimes like little fits and spurts of high emotion or non-emotion, or emotional disturbances, being pissed off, feeling shitty, feeling like that's the word that was given to me, feeling shitty, or shitty feeling, or then another moment feeling aggravated, irritated, annoyed, frustrated. These are some of the emotions that I'm being told are what you're dealing with. And it's not wrong to feel these emotions. It's just that there's an instability there. And your cat is picking up on this energetically, right? And then expressing it in her way, also sort of inappropriately. So now, Chona, and again, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Does this make sense for you? So I'm going to go a little further, but I want to first check in with you. Can you just type in? I hope you're still there. If you can type in on the sidebar, if that makes sense to you, because we're still just unpacking. We're just unpacking the issue. Okay, she says yes. So now I also know from namology, and that's one of the classes I teach too, sacred namology, that your name Joy in the middle of your name, and you may have, this sounds like you might have given yourself that name, but it doesn't matter because that's your vibrational state. That name Joy, when someone has that in their name, it usually means that they're here to learn joy, to learn enjoyment. And especially if they gave themselves that name, but even when they are born with it. And in the middle of your name there, it's because you're internally trying to find joy. So in a sense, your cat Ginger, this is what I'm extracting in just 5 minutes, obviously, but even when I tune in with Ginger, and I don't have a picture on me, it helps me sometimes to connect through the eyes, but just when I tune in with Ginger, I won't forget the part about joy, the name Joy. But right now, just tuning in with, yeah. So Ginger, what she's saying is, it's just particulars. And she has a very kind of, mousy is the wrong word. She's very particular. And she feels, as I'm understanding and translating, my mom is particular too. We're both particular about things. These particulars, they're just not working right now. That's what she's saying to me, or that's what I'm hearing. So it has something to do with the particularities. Now I'm going to come back to her in a minute, okay? But I want you to reflect on that for a second. There you go. You just said, I've been frustrated with constant, persistent hot flashes that I'm working on ending soon, but it's been making me crazy after 8 years. Okay. We're going to come back to that. So all this is ammunition. This is this is some of what I do on the retreat, right? Because we can really go deep on stuff. And obviously this is just a few minutes of a call, but let's go back to the name Joy. You're part of your soul's desire, whether you chose that name as a conscious adult or whether you chose it as a pre-incarnated, meaning your parents gave it to you. The joy energy in the middle name position like that is so that you can internally learn joy. And so I would say that your cat is beginning to try to show you where you're not in a state of joy. And she's saying something about particulars that are not aligned. And now you're also pointing out that you have hot flashes. So hot flashes, let's go to that. Hot flashes are imbalances in the hormonal activity. When there's imbalances in hormonal activity. Hold on, I'm just listening to something. Yeah, so I'm not going to go down that whole road of supplements that you can take for hot flashes to support you, because usually hot flashes are from like the estrogen imbalance in the body. And you have to, one of the best foods you can eat is yams and sweet potatoes, if you're familiar with that. But do a little research on, because I could spend 20 minutes on just that, things that you can supplement to your diet and support foods and for estrogen balance and hormonal balance. Take a little time to look at all natural things that will help you. For some people, if you're going through menopause or perimenopause, you're getting bioidentical hormone placement. Okay, I see. Okay, then I'm gonna even table that. Then I'll let you take care of that with your professional healthcare expert on that. But definitely yams. Get some yams in your diet. They're very helpful, right? Like very quickly. But let's just go to the root issue of hormonal imbalance. Yeah, Black Kohash, Lori just said, thank you. The root of hormonal imbalance, especially in women, is anger at the patriarchy. This is a stretch, and it's all connected to your cat. We haven't lost that circle. But our cats, our animals are always teaching us, they're always picking up on the energy that we share together. So hormonal balance in a woman, especially, is anger at the patriarchy, the male dominance. So the practice that we did earlier with the inner child, I would invite in whatever age version of you is still pissed off at whatever male figure has betrayed you. Does this make you? It's so hard to think that this is all connected to the cat peeing and pooping inappropriately, but I'm telling you, This is why this is why medical institutions don't find solutions. Maybe for some of you, that seems too far out there to make that connection. But to me, this is how I do. This is what I've been doing my whole life. In the oneness, everything is connected. And our job is to find my job as a healer and as intuitive and as an animal communicator searching for solution for people, is to find the most direct connection to the originating fundamental cause, the causal level for why is your cat peeing and pooping and what can be done. Because even the why doesn't really matter, but the cat won't stop peeing and pooping inappropriately until the cat is satisfied, right? Once the cat is satisfied that the reason for her peeing and pooping is resolved, then she can stop peeing and pooping. So we're on this excavation to uncover what's at the root of it. Okay, so Chona's saying, I know, I get it, I'm with you. So awesome. So you need to go back to the version of you who has been in some discord with the male patriarchy, and it's very easy to be pissed at the male patriarchy these days. I mean, they have really the whole patriarchal system, but it's collapsing anyway, right? The systems are collapsing. So, but we each in ourselves have to resolve that. So you want to look at where the male energy, or wherever in your life, male arrogance and supremacy has got you pissed off. You need to go back into your past. This is something I work with people, right? Healing. And once that's downloaded and resolved and healed, let me just ask if the cat would then be satisfied. So then what's going to happen is once you come into the forgiveness work and this is resolved, your imbalances with regard to hormones will begin to be balanced. I'm giving you a step-by-step plan. This is not a 2-minute solution. The hormonal balance, the emotional erratic imbalance will be resolved more. It's like a game plan for how you need to proceed. Then the cat will get to the point where the cat is more stable too. As you stabilize, so will the cat. This is what I'm being told. So in other words, now I'm just going back to this cat. What the cat is saying is, my mother, my human, yes, this emotional instability, you're on the nose. This emotional instability is creating a kind of dissension, disagreement, disruption, discontinuity in our house. This imbalance is extremely not awkward, unsettling is the word from the cat. Your cat's not speaking all English, giving me energy that I'm translating as best as I can. So this unsettling energy, and even her emotional outbursts, while she at the same time is somewhat judging herself for her emotional outbursts and making herself wrong for some of these emotional outbursts, because she knows she, in her mind, is holding herself to a higher standard and believes that she should not be having these emotional outbursts. Even within herself, she is dysregulating her own emotional imbalances. This is why it's not that I'm intending to pee or poop inappropriately. It's that I'm releasing the same way she is. This is what I'm hearing and translating. So now we can come to solution. But first, does all this make sense, Chona Joy? Is this all making sense? Absolutely. Okay, good. Yeah, because some people would be like, what is she talking about? It's too far out there. But this is why I do what I do for a living, right? Because I can unpack stuff like this. So, all right. So now that we understand, basically, for the most part, root cause, I'm just validating there are other little teeny things, but that's the fundamental root of it. The way you're going to begin to solve this now for the cat with you at the most basic level, and this is, by the way, in my animal communication class, and this is in the secret energy of animals class that I talked about at the opening that are on sale, is that you have to, I mean, obviously, if you're getting the hormonal, the bioidentical hormones, we hope, desire, and intend for your most benevolent best, like do the intention that this is for your most benevolent best, and that will offer you the solution you need. That is for your most benevolent best in terms of stabilizing the hormones. But I can tell you that the bioidentical hormones will work better if you do forgiveness work on the male arrogant supremacy, patriarchy, and whatever men in your life have betrayed you. Once you get in that and go into that with the intention, talk to your cat verbally and out loud in short, simple sentences by saying, Ginger, we're bringing stability back into our lives, emotional stability, energetic stability. Let's be more stable. Help me to be more stable. That's really what you're needing, is emotional, energetic stability. Stability, even with regard to the hormones. So talk to the cat in simple sentences and say, thank you for showing me where I've been unstable. Thank you for being so brilliant at pointing out this to me and helping me to resolve this. Tell your cat, I got the message and I'm working on it. Now, I will tell your cat too, on a certain level, your cat knows now, but you have to make the energetic shift so that your cat can really understand that her mission with regard to this particular issue is resolved, and so that you can start to resolve the energies. As they are, the cat's behavior will change. Okay. For me personally, I know it's not a 5-minute fix. And sometimes people want that. We want 5-minute fixes. If you want a 5-minute fix, you could put the cat in a crate and let the cat out of the crate only when you're walking her on a leash and around the house, cuddling with her, whatever. And then she won't eliminate inappropriate. That's a 5-minute fix, but it's not a solution. It's a Band-Aid. Okay, does all that make sense? Shona says, I totally get that. Thanks very much. Love and gratitude to you. Yeah, you're welcome. You know, I'm shining some light here in a matter of minutes, but honestly, it needs a lot more, but at least you have, that's part of what I'm really good at, unpacking stuff like that. So at least you have kind of like a big picture, and then you can go at each one of the energies. Let's just have Source Creator God for each and every one of us, anyone and everyone willing to receive now. And we need this to download and instill within us and our entirety the energies, frequencies, and vibrations of divine stability and all the gifts of divine stability. And that those gifts will come to us for our most benevolent best, and as is uniquely appropriate for each individual, and according to God's will for each individual. And of course, with and from Source Creator God consciousness, truth, point of view, perspective, understanding, and definition, all of this regarding divine stability. Now, if you're willing, whoever you are, to receive these gifts, this so-called healing on divine stability, what it means to embody divine stability, how it feels to have and embody and live your life with divine stability, to know that you are stable within your body and your life is stable, you have healthy stability, divine stability. If you want this now, breathe, receive, consent, and allow. Let Source Creator God give these gifts to you. This is like the Matrix, right? We're just downloading into us the truth pill on the conversation regarding stability. Breathe, notice, and allow. It takes a few moments, just a few moments. Let me get out of the way here. We can go. Well, yeah, old energies, clearing out, transmuting, sending back to Source Creator God. Now do it now. Let's see, show me. Let's do this now. Take a long, slow, deep, relaxing breath. Just beginning now. Just notice and feel and sense. Here it comes. There it goes. Very smooth. Slow and steady. It's coming through. A little more. There it is. Nice. Feel and sense. Notice what you notice. Whatever it is fine. Everybody needs stability right now. We just had Year of the Tiger, right? We're still in it. It was a very destabilizing year. Very destabilizing few years. And that's okay. We needed a lot of instability to knock out that the old regime that is now collapsing, right? And we bring forward new kind of stability. Let's just fully anchor this in. Anchor it in now, please. Fully integrate. Just breathe. Yeah, nice. Good, good, good. Good. Awesome. All right, Sean Joy, thank you. All right, I was going to do a meditation. I can do one more question. I probably can't take that much longer because I wanted to do a meditation, a manifestation meditation with our group at the very end. But I'm going to do this next question with Lisa. In 22, I got connected to my spiritual path, Kriya Yoga, in Mayo. Prior, I was a spiritual seeker. Then I got a nag to get on with it. IMAO, what is that? Are you still here, Lisa? Can you do a text for me? A little, not a text, a little chat. Okay, good. LMAO. Is that laughing my ass off? Is that what LMAO is? Okay, now I'm laughing my ass off. I didn't know that abbreviation. Okay. I just want to say, Genevieve said, so wonderful, divine stability. I just came home from the hospital and am in deep physical healing process. I needed that. Oh, good. All right, good. See, I'm so glad. That was from Chona. She brought that in. Awesome. All right, so let me come back to Lisa here. And so she's saying, I got on my spiritual path. I really have only one question. If there's time, I guess in 2023, is there any way we can focus the intention mantra or some way to help nature and animals? Should we focus on continuing co-creating our 5D reality? Okay, the two are not, this is a great question, Lisa. Thanks for asking it. The two are not mutually exclusive. You get it? Like the new paradigm includes animals being, it is going to be a focus of the coming 2 years. I mean, people are going to start realizing, I'm sorry to say, you know, the animals are our teachers for the earth, and especially the waters. You know, if humans don't realize what we're doing and change our ways, the problems will continue to escalate to help us see how we need to change. And that does include, you know, the way we're treating animals. But more, you know, the great news is that more and more people are waking up to, I mean, animals as collaborators and partners. Look at this dog is sitting on my lap the whole time. And I'm just showing you that, like, she's the most mellow, relaxed dog, because I'm always doing these healings. She's not mellow when I go out for a walk with her. She's running and playing. But when I'm working, it's like she knows, you know, because there are partners with us and they're taking on our energy and they're helping us. So, yeah, I mean, we definitely want to include nature and animals in part of this new earth. So every time we are utilizing our mastery to bring in some form of new energy and, you know, and or intention, we want to include the animals and we want to include nature and Mother Earth. I will say, in my personal opinion, Mother Earth, she's got no problem, in my opinion. So in the 3D reality, yes, we will become aware in the 3D reality of the toxins in the waters and the skies, the chemtrails, the ridiculousness of chemtrails, the lie of the chemtrails, right? The lie that was, like as if they're blocking out the solar radiation, that they're destroying the ozone layer, whatever, they, right? But, and the toxins in the water and the oil and the fracking, all of it, it's so ridiculous. But Mother Earth, the reason I say she's all right, she's ascending. She's made her choice to move into higher frequencies. And she is on a healing journey. This is based on channeled communication with Gaia Sophia and what she has shared. And we bring that through during, the ascension, the channeled ascension calls, I call them impromptu channeling calls. So, I do those a few times a year. So in my opinion, Gaia is not only surviving, but she's going to continue to thrive. The question is, will we, humans and animals, adapt to survive and thrive with her? Those of us who are choosing an ascension journey and who are working on our issues consciously, doing stuff like what we're doing here, doing the inner work, DNA activations, downloads, clearings, healings, making changes in behavior, choosing integrity. I mean, integrity is a big deal, right? We will continue to grow and evolve and advance and progress with her. And so will the animals. But if animals are choosing to sort of teach humans where we're living out of alignment, if that's part of the role they're playing, obviously they're suffering in their ways. We saw a lot of devastation to cows in the last year. And yeah, so let's just ask if there's something we can do right now to support. Yes, there is. So, by the way, there's a free gift if you don't already have this on my website at, lauriespagna.com/free gifts/animals. That collection of free gifts, and there's a lot in there, is all about helping animals on a global scale. And there's some really good stuff in there. So if you don't have that, get it. All right, but so for all of us on this call, I was going to do that meditation with the manifestation. Though. Let me just ask, because how much time do we have to do both? Let's see if we can get them both in. So for the animals, if you would like to participate, let's do I'm just asking what would be the best for this group without intruding on free will and with the time that we have. And so take some breaths of divine love again, divine peace, divine harmony. And once again, just put your mind's awareness and intention on the base of your spine and just open, release, activate. Put your awareness right below your feet. Open, release, activate. Just with your awareness, you just allow. There you go. You guys are really good. Take your next breath of divine love and really drop down into the core of being, the core of your being through your multidimensional heart. So you move all your awareness from your brain down to your heart. Drop into that heart space. And just really reconnect with breathing love through your sacred heart space. And let's just all I want to get quiet and just asking what the right words are. Asking Divine Source, Creator God, to utilize us now as vehicles of light, in service to the light and in support of the animal kingdom on earth. All animals, to utilize us now and to provide whatever. Now you need to be whoever you are, breathing, dropping into the heart space and agreeing, if you so choose to participate, to utilize us now, Source, Creator God, to bring forward whatever energies are needed most now to support and assist the animal kingdom on earth. according to your will, Source Creator God, your plan for lighted creation. And of course, as always, we know that is the most benevolent best for all animals. Utilize us now to bring forward those energies that are needed most. And as you utilize us, and we consent and allow, please distribute and direct those energies to wherever it's needed most on all the grids of humanity, on the grid of lighted creation. And we just hold space here. Just breathe through your heart center and allow. The energy got very intense for you sensitives. Let's let it be. I'll be told when we're done. It's only a few moments. Source works very fast. Now, it's still going, but it's inviting us to do something else. With all of your awareness, imagine, sense, feel, or see or perceive that the energy moving through your body now is saturating and permeating through all of the earth, all levels and layers, surrounding and infusing the earth, and going out, yes, to all the grid of lighted creation, and feeding and nurturing simultaneously all plants, minerals, lakes, streams, waterways, all oceans and seas, all dirt, rocks, that the energy now that's pouring through us, that source is utilizing us as vehicles in physical for transport of this energy, these energies, is also nurturing not only the whole of earth, but all animals who dwell upon the earth, all living creatures, wherever they are, infusing them with life force of God's source creator, and amplifying and energizing them. Simply allow. It is done. Just a few more moments here. Nice. Good. Doesn't take long for source to do the work. It takes long for us to get into position, so to speak, energetic frequency. How is everyone? Thank you for that, Lisa. That was really beautiful question. And you brought that out. That was really beautiful. Blissful, Sarah says. Jana Avi says, oh, that was blissful. Okay, good. Mary says, mahalo nui. Okay. All right, good. Awesome, thank you. Aligned with so many creatures, Robin said. That's awesome. So peaceful, so appreciative. See, when we start playing with energy, we are the sacred government. We just haven't allowed ourselves to realize how powerful and effective this is. And we get so caught up in, the shiny object syndrome of living on Earth. And, oh, Sandy said aquamarine colors all around. Oh, good. And Genevieve said, so fun and amazing to manifest together. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do then is, rather than the manifestation rich soils. Maybe we'll do the manifestation. I can kind of speed it up. We'll do one more manifestation. What I do want to say again, and I did start the call with this, but I just want to remind you that if you want to get more support and assistance with me, this is the kind of work I've been doing. Please take advantage of those 2 coupons, those holiday coupons. They're good to the end of New Year's. I think it's New Year's Day or the beginning of the 2nd, January 2nd. So it's holiday 50 is the 50% off for anything that's normally priced at $1,100. That includes the animal communication course. That includes, and they're all on the website under the 2 schools, the School of Animal Communication, Telepathy, and Energy, or the School of Ascension. But so, under the home studies, there's the dark arts training and psychic self-defense. There's the intuitive development course, and there's the exiting the matrix course. Did I say that? Yeah. And then the animal communication course. Those are holiday 50 for 50% off home study courses. And the other one is the 33% coupon for anything that's at the rate of $597. So holiday 33, that includes vibrational energy healing and meditation for animals. We go into all this stuff. And then, of course, that also includes the Akashic records, learning the Akashic records, and learning the self-love course and reclaiming your true power, and also future crafting. There's a lot to choose from, but you got about a week. So you can use those coupons. And then if you are interested in the Lightworker boot camp in Florida, it's my last retreat. I will not be leading another live retreat. If I am, it won't be for a few years, that's for sure. And by the time, if it comes back, it will be priced at what it's worth. See, this is my problem. I have come to the realization that I just have been charging too little for those things, and I can't afford to do them at the rates that I've been charging. So that's why I can't do them anymore. And I'm not yet in a mindset really that I can charge what they're worth. So I won't be doing retreats. I love doing them. I love this. I would do this all day, every day. And if I didn't have to, pay bills like everyone else, I'd be happy to just do this stuff all the time. But if you feel excited about it, the Sacred Retreat, the Lightworker Bootcamp, it's coming up. And yeah, the housing is no longer, that's all full, but you can definitely still join us for the retreat as long as you get your own housing. And of course, we have a welcome kit that goes when you register. So we tell you like where it is and how you can get like an Airbnb or a VRBO nearby or hotel if you prefer. And you still be totally part of the group. So fun, so much community. And yeah, and if you're an alum, you can bring a guest with you for $199 if you're an alum. So then you can, basically split the rate. The only thing with the guest is it can't be another alum, right? It can't be another alum. It has to be someone who doesn't, has never come to any of my stuff. Okay, hope that's helpful. So helps people to come if you're having financial challenges of any kind. And then the only other thing I'll just say is the 2023 predictions. If you still want to get that call, that's still on the website. Okay. I wish I had more time to do the other questions here, because I saw some more good ones. I love doing this stuff so much, but I want to give you guys the final piece, which is the manifestation. So I'm not going to do any more questions. And thank you all for so much for your participating. Okay, so let's do this little manifestation. It's a fun thing. I do this on a lot of my retreats, and I really enjoy it. For this, you're going to stand up. You don't have to be looking at me, but you have to stand up, and you're going to kind of let your eyes close while you're standing. So just make sure that you know in front of you that you have enough room to take about 5 steps forward without stepping on anyone or knocking into anything, but you're going to want your eyes closed. It's a standing meditation. Oops. So stand up, make sure you have about enough space right in front of you to take 5 steps without needing to open your eyes. And while you're standing, begin to take the breaths again that you were taking before. Any breath of any energy, divine love, divine peace, divine harmony. And let's have Source Creator God, while you're standing, also simultaneously provide you with the energies, the frequencies, and the vibrations of divine optimism. Breathe that in. Breathe, accept, and receive. Long, slow, deep, relaxing breath. Drop down into your heart. You know how to do it. We've been doing it. Let your heart receive divine optimism, divine inspiration, and divine enthusiasm. Really let yourself get filled up. Source Creator God, activate these energies within them, amplify them, and anchor it in and through their bodies and beings, and let it permeate through their entirety. Now, breathe and allow. Your job is to allow. Really feel yourself fill up. Divine optimism, divine inspiration, divine enthusiasm, and let's add in divine excitement about the year ahead. Really, it is going to feel like a whole new year by the time we hit March. It's just a whole new generation ahead of us. So many new things that are exciting to be optimistic about, to be enthusiastic about, to look forward to. So just breathe that in, let it fill up your body and being. And as it activates and energizes you and is amplified through your field and permeates through your entirety, begin to call forward one thing to mind. Just one thing. Just pick any one thing. And start to see, sense, feel, and imagine that thing, whatever it is. You being joyful, you being healthy, you in the career of your dreams, you with the romantic partner. Okay, if you really want, that's fine. If it's a new car, a new boat, whatever it is, no judgment here. Pick your one thing. And start to bring that one thing to mind. And at the same time, breathe in these energies that we're already playing with. Divine enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic about this thing. Divine excitement. Divine optimism. Divine joy. Just breathe all that in. Saturate and permeate those energies around this thing. So see, sense, feel this thing, whatever it is you're manifesting, calling forward for your next year ahead. Whatever it is. See, sense, feel, imagine this thing. Touch it, feel it, smell it, sense it, bring it to life. When you really have it in your mind's awareness, we're not done yet, not even close to done. We've got 5 steps. But let yourself really call it to mind, bringing forward that energy. When you've got it in your mind's awareness and you're in the energy of the divine excitement, the divine optimism, the divine enthusiasm, divine joy, divine inspiration. With your eyes closed, imagine in front of you an open door or a gate of some kind. It's open. And when you're ready, step through with that thing that you're manifesting. Just take a step forward, because on the other side, you have this thing. You got it. You're still with this thing. Most of you have taken a step forward. Okay, the last of you taking your step forward. Now you're on your second step. This time you're going to start talking. You're going to repeat after me. but you still have this thing, whatever it is, in your mind's awareness, being amplified with the energies that we're playing with: divine optimism, divine enthusiasm, divine excitement, divine joy. You can breathe in some glad expectation. Breathe some of that in too. Feeling glad and expecting gladly without attachment. And of course, always divine gratitude. Just really giving life to this thing, whatever it is, feeling it, sensing it, smelling it, you in the experience, whatever that is. And now repeat after me. I don't know how. Say it out loud. No one can hear you. I don't know how this came to pass. I don't know how. I have and am experiencing this. You can fill in the blank of what this is. I don't know how. It is so. I only know it is so. And I am fulfilled. Now breathe in the energy of fulfillment, divine fulfillment. Breathe it in. I'm going to amplify, energize, activate, and anchor it in through them now, please. Thank you. Divine fulfillment, right? Feel fulfilled. While this experience is happening to you right now, you're in the non-physical. This is the Queen's Gambit, right? You're playing in the non-physical. You don't know how this came to be. You don't know how you have it. You only know it is so, and you are fulfilled. Breathe in fulfillment, divine fulfillment. When your body is saturated with divine fulfillment and the vision of this thing, this experience, whatever it is still in your mind's awareness, breathe in that divine fulfillment. Take the next step forward. One more step, third step. Good. I think you're all forward. Those of you participating. Now you're in your third step. I want you to give this thing life, whatever it is. I want you to feel yourself in the experience of having, doing, or being, or embodying this thing, whatever it is that you're manifesting. Have the experience now on step 3. Make it real. Live it in the non-physical now. Really live it. Breathe in the energies of divine fulfillment. How fulfilled you feel at the having and or the experiencing and or the doing of this thing, whatever it is. And when you're ready, you're going to repeat after me out loud. I don't know how this thing, state the thing, came to pass. I don't know how it is so. I only know it is so. And I am fulfilled. Breathe in the energy of divine fulfillment while this thing is happening, going on now. In your mind's awareness with the energy. And when you're ready, take a step forward to the 4th step. Okay, good. I think you're all there. Now you're on the 4th step. You're making this happen step by step. Add into your manifestation anything that's relevant. Color it with any kinds of imagery, or light, color. Add any form of sacred geometry, like a pyramidal structure. or a cube of light, anything that feels easy to you, to anchor it, to amplify it, any sounds, any sensations, make it real. Now, take this brief time to create the future that you want to experience and to develop your mastery. Breathe it in, feel the energies of divine fulfillment, divine glad expectation, divine optimism, divine inspiration, all permeating through your body. Keep breathing, amplifying your vision, strengthening your ability to create in the non-physical, holding the vision and the light. When you're ready, you're going to repeat after me. 3 times we say it. I don't know how. This thing, state the thing, whatever it is, has come to pass. I don't know how. It is so. I only know that it is so. And I am fulfilled. Breathe in the energy of deep fulfillment, divine fulfillment. Feel fulfilled through your body. See, sense, feel whatever it is you're creating, having, experiencing as if it's real right now, working with the non-physical. Now at this 4th step, right before we step onto the 5th step, this time we're just going to call forward our most benevolent beings of love and light, who absolutely, unconditionally love and adore us, who are also only aligned with the light, and who are only willing to, who are 100% in support of our roles in God's plan of lighted creation. And we ask them now to assist, to come forward and assist in ways that are good, right, appropriate, divinely aligned for the 100% positive upliftment, to take these energies, frequencies, and vibrations of this creation and organize and synchronize with the universal laws and the quantum field to assist and support in manifesting and materializing this. And we give thanks. Now breathe in the energy of gratitude. Gratitude to the beings who are so benevolent, supportive and helpful, aligned with the light, knowing that we would never interfere with anyone else's free will. That's not what this is about. It's only about us as unique individuals, creating our reality with zero harm to anyone or anything. Not about control, domination, or manipulation, simply about working with the light to create experiences that we desire. Give thanks now to these benevolent beings who support and assist and serve the light. Breathe in the energy of divine gratitude. And when you're ready, with all that gratitude, take the step to number 5 and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. I let it be done. And so it is. Breathe in divine gratitude. Step forward onto step 5. Release and let go. When you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the space where you were sitting, so you can be with me here again. How's everyone doing? Wasn't that fun? David said joy. Ulrike, I don't know how to pronounce your name. My dog joined me at the steps. That's awesome. Georgia says amazing. Anastasia says thank you. Kathy says thank you.
Awesome. Pamela says, awesome. Sarah said, with excited yelp of great excitement. I thank you. I'm telling you, this is how we create our reality. This is just one way of many ways. So this is how we're going to create a new earth. We just never, ever, ever directed at a unique person. I should have said that, but I hope I made that clear in the beginning of the call. This is just something you do for yourself. You're allowed to include, you know, faces, but not anyone particular, right? You can never interfere with someone else's free will choice. That's the only no of it. Other than that, these are the tools. So I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. It is time for me to sign off. So I'm going to release you and wish you the most happiest new year. I hope you will consider joining me. This is the kind of stuff we do. We get really good at it. It's really fun when we're on the retreat and all my various classes. So Lisa, thank you. She said, this call was awesome. Thank you so much. Love to you all. Please, please, if you really enjoyed this, let me know. Let me know on Facebook, on YouTube. Stay in touch with me. I don't really do the sidebars. It's more than I can handle. But if you write along the main page of Facebook, I love to hear from you. I love your feedback. I love staying in touch with you. And yeah, please join me for all the stuff is on the upcoming, on the website, on the live events. And I would love to see you guys then and there. And in the meantime, I'm wishing you your most benevolent best, you guys. Thanks so much for being here. And thanks for staying with me. I love you. Okay. Signing off for now. Until next time, farewell. Bye-bye. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Bye.